Peace and security upon itself for rapid development supports Governor Wifer's Peace Initiative and called on People's Charter of Needs mantra to deliver more dividends of democracy to a boring people. And Assault FM news across the globe. Let's begin with the headlines. EU calls for respect after Trump threatens 50% tariffs. 18 people injured in Hamburg knife attack. Tortured Ugandan activist found at Tanzania border. Federal government to sell 753 duplexes confiscated from Emefiele to Nigerians. Commentary is on achieving success through good habits. Good afternoon. To bring the details of these and more is Loveth Onyebuchi. The news in detail. The European Union's trade chief said the 27-member bloc is committed to securing a trade deal with the U.S. based on respect, not threats. It comes after U.S. President Donald Trump threatened to slap a 50% tariff on all goods sent to the U.S. from the EU. EU Trade Commissioner Maros Sefcovic said after a call with U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer and Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick that EU is fully engaged and committed to securing a deal that would work for both. Earlier on Friday, Trump expressed impatience with the pace of ongoing EU-US trade negotiations, saying his plan to raise tariffs on 1st June was set. U.S. government figures show that EU is one of Washington's largest trading partners, sending more than $600 billion in goods last year and buying $370 billion. Reacting to Trump's threats, European governments warned that higher tariffs would be damaging to both sides. German Economy Minister Katharina Ricci said the bloc must do everything to reach a solution with the US, while Dutch Prime Minister Dick Schoof told reporters that he backed the EU strategy in trade talks. US President Donald Trump in April announced what he called reciprocal tariffs on goods from countries around the world. Still on US, investigators are examining whether faulty conditions and technical glitches at a San Diego airport that cut off lights meant to guide pilots may have played a role in a fatal plane crash. A Cessna 550 crashed earlier Thursday into a residential neighborhood, burning cars and destroying at least one home. Authorities say all 6 aboard are presumed dead, including a former drummer for the rock band The Devil Wears Prada and a high-profile music agent. The National Transportation Safety Board is examining a mix of clues and said the aircraft did not have a flight data recorder, which would have provided more information. Officials have not yet determined what factors led to the crash. In a news conference on Friday, NTSB investigator Dan Baker said the agency is receiving help from the FBI as it works to collect and preserve evidence from the scene. He said investigators have found the plane had struck high-tension power lines before crashing into homes in the Murphy Canyon neighborhood, about 2 miles from the Montgomery Field Airport, where the plane was heading. The airport, a small regional airport with 3 runways, was experiencing 2 separate issues at the time of the crash, Mr. Baker said. The automated surface observing station, which provides weather data to pilots, was inoperative at the time of the accident due to an unrelated power surge. At the time, faulty conditions have been reported throughout the area. Mr. Baker attributed the outage to some sort of technical glitch, but cautioned that it is unclear whether this contributed to the crash, since not all airports are equipped with this system. The airport also had filed a notice to pilots called a NOTAM, informing them that one of the runways had experienced an issue with the lighting system that guides landing planes. Mr. Baker said the pilot of the downed plane had been aiming for that runway when the crash occurred. He said the pilot did not report any issues to air control and never declared an emergency. Away from US to Europe, several people have suffered life-threatening injuries in a knife attack at the main railway station in the German city of Hamburg. Hamburg police said 18 people were injured in the attack at the northern city's central station at about 18 local time on Friday. Officers arrested a 39-year-old German woman at the scene as they carried out a major operation. The woman remains in police custody and is scheduled to appear in court on Saturday. In a post on X, Hamburg police said several people who were hurt had sustained life-threatening injuries. Speaking to the press outside the station, police said they believe the suspect acted alone and did not have a political motive. A police spokesperson, Florine Abenet, told reporters they believe she may have been in a state of mental distress. Police later added that its homicide division is investigating the incident as well as the suspect's motives. The attack happened between platforms 13 and 14, which are accessible via a busy main road, while a train was on one of the platforms. Some of the victims were treated inside trains, according to reports. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said the attack was shocking and thanked the emergency services on the ground for their rapid assistance. German rail operator Deutsche Bahn said 4 platforms at the station were closed and some services would experience delays and diversions. Pictures from the scene show a number of emergency service personnel and vehicles on the ground and barriers that seem to be hiding the injured from public view. One photograph used by German media shows a man being taken away by paramedics on a stretcher.